Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy the Fice back at it with another video. But if it's your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Come join us on Discord. It's the best community ever. Come follow us on Twitch. That's where we stream live, as well as on YouTube if you want to catch us on there. And also guys, we don't have YouTube monetization, so if you wanted to support the channel financially, check out that YouTube description below. We have Etsy storefront link, we got coffee mugs and t-shirts and more things on the way, and of course a Patreon link. But I would rather have you guys get something cool out of it and represent the Fice fam. Let's get into this content, guys. So we are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This is an amazing game. I don't know why they have bagpipes in the beginning. I don't know. For some reason, I was expecting to hear something more Egyptian-like, but they got some Ireland bagpipes. It's actually becoming super contagious listening to it now. But I actually turned it off just because I'm doing a video right now, and I just don't want to hear a lot of the audio. I want to have a different background audio and stuff like that. But we are going to be talking about this game. The first thing I'm going to be talking about, guys, is how to get free gems. And then the next section of the video is going to be how you can build the best deck ever. The best deck in the game right now. This is going to be a really good guide for you beginners, and I consider myself kind of a beginner. You know, I'm slowly but surely getting really good. Obviously, we played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. If you haven't checked those videos out, definitely be sure to check them out. But let's get into it. So let's start talking about how we can get a lot of free gems really fast, guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is some of the obvious things that people may not know or may want to just be consistent on is to log in daily. I actually did not accrue these because right now, because the game is so fresh and it just started, you get so many gems just by logging in 7 days. So right now, you know, obviously you get 1,000 the first day, 2,000 the second day. This is literally 3,000, 3,400, 3,700, 4K gems just for logging in 7 times. So as soon as you start, you get this. So definitely log in and be consistent with it. And they also have the default logging in. So if you do that consistently, I've been slacking because I started a little late, but this will definitely help you get a lot of gems. Right off the bat, we just got 320 gems. The next piece I definitely want to talk about is how to spectate duels live. This does a few things. Not only does it give you 5 gems every day, so 7 days, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, you get 35 free gems a week if you just watch one match. And the way you can do that, guys, is if you go here and you kind of keep scrolling through these topics and you see where it says duel live, you would click this and watch it. I don't want to consume time on this video, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm obviously going to do it off stream, but that's basically what you would do. You would click this, you would hit spectate, and then after that, once you finish watching the match, you'll get the 5 gems. So now I'm going to talk about the next piece of information. So the next piece of information, guys, is doing solo missions and a little bit more interesting things about solos. Now the solo is basically the thing that helps you understand more cards. It's a really good single player to kind of get your feet wet. It does a few things for you. It gives you free cards. It gives you free structured decks to kind of mess around when you actually do complete some of these things, which is really awesome. But I do want to mention some underlying things. So before I actually talk about this section, it's going to be a little bit interesting. If you go to the missions actually have solo missions as well. So just by doing, you see, so the daily has duel in solo mode 2 times. So doing that twice a day is actually really nice. And then so on and so forth. Maybe down the road, this might change once you fully complete it. Who knows? But as of right now, some of the dailies are to actually do some duels in solo mode. Now, if you go over here as well, there's also other lifetime achievement missions where you can kind of do for solo. I'm trying to see if I already did all of them. Proceed to the solo gate, 8 out of 10. So right now I'm gonna get to the last one. It's gonna give me 200 gems. So it gives you a few gems. It gives you some free summon card tickets. Just doing solo missions definitely helps you do that. And obviously just playing over time, you increase your duelist level profile and it goes up to 50, and we're gonna get a lot of that. Obviously I'm very low level, but that doesn't matter. So now we're gonna go into the solo. There's one thing specifically about the solo thing I want to talk about that I wasn't aware of, but it's something that everyone should be aware of when you're doing solo missions. Now, solo missions have the capability of giving you 2 rewards per missions. like specific missions, but I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, if we go here really quick, you see how it says specifically, instead of just complete, it says clear here. What I've noticed is that when it says clear here, if you use the loaner deck and completed it, you will get rewards. If you used also your personal customized deck that you built, you will also get some more rewards. So a perfect example is, I'll just do this really quick so you could kind of get an idea of what I mean here. And also it'd be cool to have some content of like, not just me talking about stuff, but you guys actually seeing some gameplay, because I love to do that. So the deck I'm actually running is a Phantom Knights deck. I'll definitely do some videos in the future about it. But right now I'm just kind of having some fun. I'm definitely loving it. I'm going to put this one. Actually, can I do this? Yeah, let's activate this. We could summon a little monster here. We're going to summon a psychic monster. We don't want to do that. I'm going to get this guy. We're going to put him face up. And then this one I'm going to summon. And then this one you can special summon this Phantom Knight because you already have a Phantom Knight on the field. A really good card. So now we have 3 cards here. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. We're going to do a special activation. Wait, is there anything else I could do? Yeah, no. I'm just going to do that. We're going to go... I want to see if I could do something really cool here. I'll probably just kind of go with that. I'll keep it basic. So select a monster. I'm going to do these 2. Boom. Boom. And I'll put them here. The animations in this game are absolutely awesome. After that, I could do something to destroy one of the cards, but I'm actually going to keep him. Okay. I'm actually going to do that. Which card am I going to discard? I'll just do that for now. And I want to see this one. I think this one, yep, we're going to put that. Can I activate it? Nope. And I would love to get this one out. If you control Phantom Knights Monster, you can special summon this card from hand. I would lean towards that. All right, there we go. All right, this took a little longer than expected, so I'm definitely not going to put the whole play on this because I want to, in essence, I want to talk about us getting the reward, which is literally this that we're supposed to be getting. So you see how it changed from clear to complete? It's because we did both missions. We also beat it with the loaner deck, but we also beat it with the custom deck that we built. So it's very important, guys, that when you're seeing these, whenever it says clear, it doesn't mean that you completed it. It just means that you passed one of the 2. So perfect example here. I beat it with the loaner deck. I have not beaten it with my personal deck. So you're going to see a lot of these that when you see clear, definitely important, guys, because you could get gems from this. You see, perfect example. I beat this with the loaner. I didn't get the 200 gems from this mission. So that is one piece of information I definitely did want to talk about when it came to doing solo missions, because I didn't realize it till later down the road. So I wanted to voice it ASAP so you guys as beginners just know, oh snap, there's actually ways I could get more gems. Definitely important to know. All right, guys, so the next piece that I definitely want to talk about is the duel pass. So while you're dueling in PvP, and PvP is going to have a lot of missions that you can do, you're also going to be leveling up your duel pass. And the highest you can go up to is to level 100. But you can also get it to go to the gold pass by giving up, by paying 600 gems. So never go under 600 gems because you're going to always want to be able to buy the gold pass. Now, I haven't bought it yet intentionally because I want to make sure that I am going to be going all the way up to 100 before I, because I want to make sure I'm committed to actually get the gems back. Because if I, hypothetically speaking, I'm just saying worst case scenario, like say you become too busy with life and you're not able to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for a decent, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for a very long time, and you kind of coughed up to 600 gems, but then you stopped at like level 10, you just wasted 600 gems. So what I would highly advise you as a beginner is play the game, see how high you go. If you go up to like level 70 or 80, then invest in the gold pass. And the way you get the gold pass is if you go to the shop, you can click that bottom button on the right, and you can purchase it for 600 gems right here. But like I said, guys, do not purchase this unless you're high level and you already committed a decent amount of time. The last thing I want you guys to do is sacrifice gems when you're just trying to get as much as you can that are free. So that's basically it. So always be mindful of this. Always be sure to receive all the rewards and keep clicking inside here whenever you do PvP battles, because a win is like you get like 2 to 3 levels from just getting a win, and I think you get almost a level just from losing, somewhere around that. And even the other thing I want to talk about, guys, even if you're going to lose on the dailies in PvP duels, just do them just to get the gems. Because there's some missions in there for just, just basically doing it. So it's like, it's like win a ranked duel, but then it says duel and ranked. You see, you could get 20 gems here even if you don't have a great deck. But I'm going to be showing you how you could build a really strong deck as soon as you start playing. So that'll be the next thing in the store, in this whole video thing. And look at that. We increased our duel level, so we got 300 gems out of it. So we're getting gems while I'm talking about it in this video. Pretty cool. All right, guys. So now we're up to the part that you guys have probably been waiting for. And this is how to build the best deck in the game. Before we start getting into the intricacies of it, because this is what makes Yugioh Master Duel amazing, we're going to get into this and talk about some stuff at the shop that I highly recommend that you purchase. So the first thing I definitely want to talk about is the specials. The specials are actually amazing for the bundle deal because they give you some really strong cards. I'm trying to remember how many gems this cost. I think it was like, I don't know if it was 1,000. I think it was under 1,000, but regardless, as one of these cards, which is such an overpowered card, I actually have it in my current Phantom Knights deck. So these cards that they're giving you right here, Lightning Storm and Solemn Judgment, you can actually use them in a lot of decks. Now, if you want to get all three, you could be like me and get all three, but if you're tailoring to build a specific deck, which I would highly suggest that what you would do before you actually decide on using gems is you should actually go to this website that I'm going to put the link below. You should go to masterduelmeta.com, look at the top decks, guys, and see which deck you would love to build. This gives you a good idea of what some of the compositions are. This community is really strong to give you an idea of what type of cool decks are out there. So, I mean, you can find out what the top decks are, but like if you're kind of like me where if you love certain cards like Dark Magician or Gaia the Fierce Knight, and you want to build something like that, people do compositions for it that makes it kind of viable. It won't be the best deck that you could probably build, because obviously there's some cards that are really strong that work good on synergy, but there are some decks out here that are absolutely amazing. So you know how they say, trust in the heart of the cards. I know a lot of people put their heart in their cards in the sense where they want to build something that they love, and I totally get that, because when I was playing Duel Links, I was doing I call it Dark Magaya deck, because I had Dark Magician with Gaia the Fierce Knight, and I was doing some really cool combinations with them. I did it on a lot of streams, so if you wanted to check those stream videos out, just look for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on our channel, and you'll probably come across them and see me do it 90% of the time. But I did put a bunch of videos on other cards like Synchro Summons and stuff like that. But we could take a look right here, and we could just click at this deck, and we can see that this is a Drytron deck. So it's like really nice to kind of see some of these builds that are happening, what I actually do love. So it's pretty awesome to do it. And then you can kind of try them out and see what's going on. So find out the deck before you start building anything. See what are some of the decks that people are building that are pretty viable and it looks like they're really good in their rank. They also tell you the prices on what these are for the card points, and we're going to talk about these in a little bit when it comes to building the deck, so on and so forth. So find your deck, go from there, and I'll kind of do an example here. So I did Phantom Knights. So when I went here, I clicked on this, and then I kind of just went on one. I forget which one I went on, but then I kind of see what are some of the cards that people are using. And a lot of people do variety based on what cards they like or what cards they have at their disposal. But most of them have a consistent engine behind them that drives it. So once I saw that, I knew that these were the cards I was going to build. And then I kind of went into the game itself and I made the deck. So I would go, like, a perfect example is like I would have that on another window. I would create the deck kind of like this. Like I'm doing a Fice Synchron deck right now. And it gives you some inspiration and some ideas of what you can do. I already knew this SR Tuner deck. Because I know Synchro Summoning's pretty decent, I already knew that this was the card I want. There's some other cards that I actually do love in my Synchro Summon that are not in this build that I will eventually do. But there's a purpose on why people use some cards in a certain way. Like obviously Junk Converter is really amazing when it's in the graveyard. And you can actually summon it with Junk Synchron, and you could do a lot of chain combinations where eventually you can summon the Junk Warrior, eventually into Stardust Dragon, so on and so forth, and then you can use Formula Synchron to get the shooting Stardust Dragon, and so on and so forth. Like there's a lot of cool things you can do. But that kind of, once you have this set up, you kind of know the cards you need to build. So I'll explain what I did with Phantom Knights to give you an idea, so then in the future you can do this as well. So once you laid your cards out from what someone has and that you saw that it was a reasonable deck and so on and so forth, now you can kind of start building and getting each card. So what you can do here is a few really cool things that I want to voice that are super important. You can do what's called dismantling and generating cards. Dismantling is amazing because if you have, say, 5 SR cards, you can only put 3 in a deck. Like that's the most you can put. You have 2 free SR cards that now you can dismantle for 20 points. To generate a normal card, you need to use 30 points. So this makes the game absolutely incredible when you're going for packs because you can get rid of a lot of duplicates. One thing I definitely do want to talk about though is how to dismantle fast. So the way you can dismantle cards to get points really quick is you can say dismantle all extra cards. So if you click this, now you see that I'm dismantling a bunch of cards. It says I'm going to dismantle, obviously I'm going to get 30 points. So it's either going to be 2 foiled cards, 1 prismatic card, or 3 basic cards. And I'll discuss the point differences about that in a second. But we're going to get 30 points for this. It's going to increase it a little bit, and we're not going to get any cards for anything else because we don't have any extra. So we're going to hit dismantle, and it does it. Now, the one thing I definitely do want to voice that you will need to do some manual stuff for is, what was that card that I wanted to talk about? So sorry, guys. I'm trying to look it up. Yes. Doppel Warrior is the card I wanted to talk about as an example, guys. So what I want to talk about is there's different types of cards. And if you see, like, of the card. So there is the non-foil. There's the, I think this is called foil, which is like, you see like it's a little glow ever so often. You know, it's like a glossy type. And then last but not least, there's the prismatic version, which I have of this. You see how it's like this rainbow prismatic diamond kind of thing. Obviously, if you get one of these, you don't really want to get rid of it because it looks too cool on your thing. But it depends on whether you care about aesthetics or not. So one thing I want to talk about when it comes to the dismantle all extra cards, it doesn't take into account the separate type of cards that are in here. So technically right now, I have 5 of these cards, but I only need 3 Doppel Warriors. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep 2 of these, and I'm just going to dismantle 2 of these. So then I'll have 3 in total. I'll have 1 non-foil and 2 foil. So now I have 3 cards here, and then I do it again. I have 3 cards because I have 1 of the non-foil and then 2 of the foil. So that's one thing I want to talk about, is that 3 is the most that you can put. But this game isn't intelligent enough on knowing how to dismantle that and prioritizing the foil, like the prismatic from the foil to the non-foil. It doesn't know that yet. Maybe they'll bring a patch in the future. I'm hoping they will. But that's something to keep in mind. I wish there was just some more intelligence with this, but it doesn't have that yet. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say discard changes and return. Just going to make sure everything is fine. But I wanted to show you a little bit of the dismantling stuff. But hypothetically, you know, if we did that with SR, like we would basically have enough to bring an SR card or a UR card, which are the ultra rare cards. So using card points are so viable, and you can kind of get rid of some of the cards that you're not even using in your primary deck. So that's one thing I want to talk about on dismantling and generating, because you need to understand that rule when you're kind of doing this game. The next piece I want to talk about here, guys, is how do you go about this? Now, one cool technique to know about when you're dealing with this and you're trying to build this deck, so on and so forth. What I want to voice is, it's very important that when you generate an SR card that was in a deck, a secret deck that you have never been to before, by doing that, you actually get 1 free pull. You get 1 free pull, guys. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the fact that I can do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's really awesome to be able to do that. I've done it a few times. So what would happen is, and I don't want to really waste points on this video because I do have some really nice. If I had like 30 SR points, I would do it, but I don't want to do that. But what happened is there would be a little key that would show here. You would go here and you would get 1 free pack to pull of 10 cards. And you have the potential to get a UR or SR or both, which is absolutely amazing when you're doing a conversion. So for the very first time when you do a conversion and you go to that deck, you will actually get 1 free pull. So a perfect example is how to obtain this. So that Danger Tsushinoku, if I did a generate for the first time with this SR card, and it has to be SR and up. It cannot be R cards. It can't be any other cards. It has to be SR up. So once you generate this, it'll say, oh, this unlocked Emerging Monstrosity Recon. And then you would click there and do 1 free pull, guys. So what I would highly suggest is that, you know, whenever you're building something, generate 1 SR card for each pack, so then you can get 1 pull and see what you get. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I definitely wanted to voice that. When you generate stuff from Master Pack, you don't get anything. I don't remember getting anything for it. What I would tell you is, if you look at a card and you say how to obtain, and it says Master Pack, I would say wait till the very end before you do the conversions on those, because you have a potential chance of randomly getting it through your pulls of your special packs that you unlock. Now, where are these packs once you unlock them? They will actually be available for 24 hours, and they'll be in the shop. So if you go here, you go to Secret Pack. Right now, I have these available. So like a perfect example is, let me see. I'm trying to see. Like we have these cards right here. So if we see featured packs, sort number owned, all these. Now, I did want to voice one really cool thing. When you are doing solo missions, once you complete a gateway, a path, a set, like you go to the finish line, it actually unlocks one of the secret packs for you for 24 hours to actually do some pulls, which is pretty baller. So I think I did Bestiary, and it unlocked Valiant Gladiator Beast for 24 hours. So I did that late last night, and it made it available to me. So if I wanted to pull for this, I could and get some really cool cards out of it, but I'm not building that deck right now. I'm actually trying to build gems up so I could focus on the next thing I'm going to build, which might be Synchron or it might be something else. I'm still waiting on it. But I definitely wanted to voice the way you get different secret packs available, and using card points to generate one SR card or one UR card. I highly suggest doing an SR just because it's a little more common to get those. It's a little bit dirt cheaper than using a UR card to kind of do that conversion, unless you need one card from that pack and you're doing the conversion. You know, just do it for that. But I would say use it on SR, so then you have a potential chance of getting some other stuff out of it. So each pack that you do for the first time has the potential chance of getting one free pull of a pack of cards that I think give you like 10 in total. I forgot the count or whatever, but I think that's the amount, so on and so forth. So we kind of talked about that. So that was a lot of content that we kind of discussed when it comes to this. But by doing this and getting into the habit, now I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way as me. I'm a hoarder. I like to hoard cards. I love collecting. And it sometimes feels very painful. It feels very, very, very painful to sacrifice 3 UR cards that are not in your deck to get another UR card duplicate, so on and so forth. I understand that. But if you're trying to build the best deck as soon as you start out, so you can have a good footing in PvP when you're first playing, and you could get the maximum gems for the season so you can actually work on it, this is the one time you should do it. Now, I wouldn't suggest to constantly keep doing it aggressively. Like, I mean, you definitely can, for sure. But after you build your really first strong deck, I would kind of be a little more patient and work on the second deck, but not aggressively start dismantling, but you can dismantle and get a lot of cool things out of it. So I would say, at least for your first deck, you can be aggressive with it, and then after that, you're a little more relaxed. You kind of go slow and you patiently build, especially when you're going from a free-to-play aspect of it. Unless you really want to build a second deck because you can't wait and you're impatient, and I get it, you could do that. But there are also some free-to-play decks that you can build that don't cost you sacrificing any form of gems and stuff that you can probably just get just from just playing the game and stuff. They're not going to be top tier, they're not going to be great, but it'll get you to the position that you want. But you can do these techniques to build the best deck ever, guys. Like, the best deck. Now, one thing I definitely do want to voice to you is about the forbidden card aspect. If you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh, you might not know it, but this works a little different from Duel Links. But what this means right now, that number 1 on the top left, means you can only have one of that card in your deck. When it shows 2, you can only have 2. And then that's pretty much it at that point. 3 is the normal, so obviously you're going to have 3 and that's it. So you can't go any higher than that. But whenever you see that number on the top left of the card with the red circle and it has the yellowish gold number, that means like that's the limit on the amount of cards you could have for that specific card. Something super important to keep in mind, because you're not going to want to... So like a perfect example of what I'm saying is, like, if you get 3 of these, the dismantle extra, I don't think is intelligent enough. I don't think it takes into account that you will get this. You'll get this a third time and it's cool. So because there's that forbidden number, you can dismantle the third one, but you will have to manually do it yourself because the game won't know. So hypothetically, like, if it's a free-to-play card like this, it's gonna say cannot dismantle, and that's the reason why it says it. but there would be no purpose to generate a second, a third, or have a second or a third one. This, because it's free to play, you have no choice in the matter. If they give it to you, they give it to you. It's like, damn it, I just missed on a roll. But this one, if they gave you an extra one because you were rolling in you were rolling and through the master pack flow, they just gave it to you, then it's like, oh darn it, you know what I mean? You could dismantle that. So keep in mind about these are very important when they actually are in that. I think Call to the Grave is another one that you can do. So let's see if we go to how to obtain, I think it's master pack as well. Whenever you get some of these forbidden cards with the limits or forbidden limits or whatever, dismantle the extra ones that you don't need. I totally forgot, and I wanted to make a point for new players to kind of get some more points out of it, because this one would be 10 free points. Now I'm trying to think if there's one more thing that we may have missed. I mean, there's a lot of things to cover from a user standpoint, but from a beginner standpoint, but I don't want to get too in-depth. Like, this is supposed to be more of a beginner's guide to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. What's the difference between all Yu-Gi-Oh! Games and cool things you can do here to get gems really fast and build a fast deck versus like how do you play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys want to see how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! What are some of the cool things to do, what are pendulum summons, what are XZ summons, what are ritual summons, what are fusion summons, you know, trap cards, spells, spell cards, quick play spells, all those. If you want that type of beginner's guide, which that could get really long, and I could do separate topics on those for sure, definitely let me know in the comments below. But I definitely wanted to show you how can you build a fast deck, where do you go for resources, how can you get the gems, what are some of the things that you can do in solo missions, what are the quests, the PvP. We covered so much content. I really hope you guys appreciate it. Yo guys, if you really appreciate the content, join us on Discord, leave a comment, leave a like, show that love and support. I love you guys so much for checking out these videos, and I do invest a lot of time on trying to talk about these things so you guys can get an idea of, you know, obviously I want you guys to succeed, have some fun in the game, especially from a free-to-play aspect, because, you know, some people, you know, they don't have the funds to play this game. You know, you got to kind of like be cautious on how you do things. So I try to do the mistakes so then you guys don't deal with the mistakes, and then you guys are safe. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I love you guys tons, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. See you guys. Thank you guys so much, and until next time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.